If you're alone and you feel alone today, maybe you can't see it physically. Maybe you don't have a group of people around you to encourage you today. Know that the Lord is speaking to you. Take it from me, I've literally been there. I grew up in the church, and I had a tendency to live on my parents' faith. I was a backdoor Christian, shaking the pastor's hands and sometimes putting my emotions and things that I was going through on the back burner for the sake of saving face. And I got really good at it. What started out as toxic relationships with sex and pornography led to trying other things. I never lost my faith that God was real. And I'd seen him work in other people's lives, but I just thought, can he do that for me? I just almost always felt a little too far gone. The idea that a big God could call me friend. I was riddled with shame and insecurity. I longed for validation. I longed for someone to just look at me and say, it's okay, you're gonna be all right. And I was taking pills, taking pretty much anything I could get my hands on to numb the pain. What I didn't realize is that everything that I'd gone through at this point was now coming to a head. I had a tough time being around my family at this point in my life, and I just wanted to escape everything. As I'm drinking, I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna be fine, but I felt something different that night. And so I've got a big family, about 17 cousins, and we all jumped in cars, and I jumped in the front seat of my car. And I get ready to drive, and yet God sends my sis, thank God, and she knew what was going on. And she said, no way, you're riding with me. We're driving down the road, and at this point we're in a place that runs right by the Tennessee River. And again, my whole family is caravanning, and they have no idea the level of substance abuse that I was into. I get out of the car, start throwing up in front of my entire family. It was a true display of just shame. I end up falling down the ravine, and I roll all the way down, and my arm hits the bank of the Tennessee River. It was another moment where God just kind of stopped me, because if I would have gone in the river, I would have been dead. I woke up 5 hours later in the hospital, and the doctor looks at me and says, it's a miracle that you are alive. You have a blood alcohol level of 0.348, and you should not be here right now. You've got cocaine in your system. Your heart was going in and out, and we didn't know if you were gonna make it. God radically changed my life. And as I began to work through counseling, don't ever think reaching out for help and getting help is a weak thing. It's the best thing I ever did. He just so lovingly started to walk with me through, starting from the beginning of feeling, abandoned or being molested, and how that would actually stem most of 98% really what I went through and why I would go through that, and the trauma that I felt and didn't know how to deal with. And he's such a beautiful God that he would restore. There's a passage in Joel that it says he restores the years that the locust stole. He restores the lost years. What the enemy meant for harm, God turns around for our good, just absolutely changes everything that the enemy tried to do for wrong. And what I realized through my journey of counseling and rediscovering who I was, I had to deconstruct so I could reconstruct. And in that process, God was with me every step of the way. And I quickly found out that I was not alone. That even on the bank of the Tennessee River, he was with me there in the hospital room. He was with me there when I'd overdosed. He was with me when I was going through counseling. He was with me when I was molested at 7. He has always been with me, and he will never leave me nor forsake me. He sticks closer than a brother. If you're alone and you feel alone today, maybe you can't see it physically. Maybe you don't have a group of people around you to encourage you today. Know that the Lord is speaking to you. Take it from me, I've literally been there. And know that it gets better. But it just simply takes one step of turning back, or maybe for the first time, turning toward him, And instead of putting your thoughts and all of that energy on what you currently see, the Bible says, I will lift my eyes to the hills which my help comes from. I needed help, but it took me making a decision to lift my head above the situation to see that help. And He's there for you every minute, every hour. Just call on Him. I promise you it'll change your life.